The episode opens in utter silence. We are in the deep void of space, looking at a spiral galaxy. Suddenly, from a single insignificant point on an outer arm, a ripple expands. It's not light or sound, it's a gravitational wave of pure spiritual meaning, visible as a distortion in the fabric of reality itself. The ripple carries with it a complex emotional signature: grief, loss, shattered perfection. Something broke, something precious. In the void between Cygnus and Lyra, a singularity wept. Back to Kai's realm. The frost from his first shattering has grown. Delicate, fractal ice crystals cover every surface in a 10-meter radius, capturing the morning light. In the center of this frozen garden, Kai sits, a statue of concentration, a single trickle of crystallized blood like a ruby teardrop on his temple. The first shattering taught me pain. Not the pain of a knife in the gut, but the pain of unmaking your own soul. It is the universe's most intimate violence, to reach the peak beyond the peak. You must become both the sculptor and the marble, the hammer and the stone. And you must swing 8 more times. Title card: Ascension, Year 0, Episode 7. The camera circles Kai in extreme slow motion. We see the micro movements of his body, the slow expansion of his ribs, the almost imperceptible tremors in his hands. The way the light bends around the terrifyingly dense singularity seed core inside him. Master, your vital signs are stable at 99.7% efficiency post-cycle 1. The soul integrity has recovered to 100%, but the spiritual scar tissue has increased density. Core rotational speed has increased by 120%. The heartache wave has subsided. The settlement at the gate reports no permanent psychological damage, but Leader Maya's logs indicate a consensus. The mountain is not a place. It is a being, and it is in pain. Pain is data, and data fuels evolution. Initiate Cycle 2. Increase spiritual containment by 15%. I want to feel every fracture. Extreme Core Realm Cycle 2 out of 9. Initiated. The black hole core spins, serene and deadly. Kai's consciousness, a network of shimmering intent, reprograms it, introducing a flaw in its perfect gravitational equation. Sovereignty means the right to dismantle your own throne. The fracture point? Here, the core stutters. A hairline crack, glowing with the light of a dying star, appears across its event horizon. A web of fractures erupts across the entire surface. Kai's physical body seizes. The frost around him explodes upward in a cloud of diamond dust. A visible shockwave of distorted air ripples outwards, bending the trees. At the gate of unfolding dawn, Maya and a research team are setting up harmonic sensors. The gate's opalescent glow flickers, pulsing with a deep, bruised purple light. The mournful chime returns, louder, longer, carrying not just grief but anger. It's not random, it's rhythmic. Note the time, it's a process, it's deliberate. The core fragments, shards of absolute darkness, are pulled back together. Kai's will forces them to collide, welding them with spiritual fire hotter than a supernova. The new core is smaller, darker, and spins incredibly fast. The recovery period is the trap. The body and soul scream for rest. That is when the will must be absolute. Initiate Cycle 3. Have the recovery interval. Cycle 3. The shattering is faster, sharper. The external effect is a wave of metaphysical cold. For 10 miles around the mountain, every living thing feels a chill that no fire can touch. Cycle 4. Kai shatters the core by overloading it with the principle of creation. The reconstituted core now has a faint, throbbing light within the blackness. The external wave causes paradoxical fecundity. Plants grow at insane rates into bizarre, impossible forms. Master, the cumulative exotic effects are breaching our tertiary camouflage. The settlement is now aware of the ecological anomalies. Leader Maya has postulated a theory. She believes the mountain contains a reality engine undergoing iterative testing. She is frighteningly close. Let her theorize. She sees the symptoms. She cannot comprehend the disease or the cure. Proceed to Cycle 5. We enter the second half. The soul's endurance is gone, now only dogma remains. Extreme Core Realm Cycle 5 out of 9. Initiated. Kai doesn't move. The world around him loses color, fading to grayscale. The only color remaining is the ruby-red crystallized blood on his temple. The fifth shattering was a war of ideas. To break the core now, I had to introduce an idea it could not reconcile, the idea that it did not exist. The spinning core is confronted by a perfect duplicate of itself, spinning in the opposite direction. They are not two objects, but one object and its perfect negation. They move towards each other through logic. As the two concepts merge, they annihilate. There is no sound, no light, just a silent, terrifying erasure. For a single horrifying moment, the core is simply gone. Cut to Jocks and Reed, huddled around a meager fire in a bombed-out skyscraper. They are gaunt, hardened by the apocalypse. Did you feel that? Feel what? The wind? No. It was like I forgot something important. Like my own name. Just for a second, you're losing it. The mountain is getting to you. It's just a freak of the emergence. No, it's him. I know it, that feeling. That's what he felt when we left him. The feeling of being erased. Kai forced the fundamental energies of chaos and order within his core to cease their eternal war. He didn't vanquish one with the other. He compelled them into a state of paradoxical harmony. The core reformed not as a single point, but as a dual-spin singularity, a binary star system of pure potential, one half swirling with anarchic energy, the other with perfect crystalline structure. The wave that pulsed outward from this cycle was one of pure paradox. For a fleeting moment across the globe, reality glitched. Water flowed uphill. Fire cast shadows. The laws of logic momentarily stuttered, a cosmic blue screen of death, before reasserting themselves, leaving behind a world subtly, irrevocably altered. From the conceptual void, Kai's will rebuilds. He reasserts the core's existence from nothing. It fades back into reality, now impossibly small, a pinpoint of black that seems to drink the light around it. The void is cold, but it is a tool like any other. Do not wait for recovery. Initiate Cycle 6. Now. Extreme Core Realm Cycles 6 and 7. Initiated. Cycle 6. Kai shatters the core by manipulating time, forcing it to experience 1 trillion years of entropy in a nanosecond. As his consciousness stretched thin, touching the event horizon of his own self-made singularity, time itself became a fluid concept. He saw the end of his world, a vision of fire and ash he had witnessed before, but now it felt less like a prophecy and more like a memory. He saw his own birth, a flicker of light in an indifferent cosmos. He saw a throne forged from dying galaxies and felt the weight of a crown made of nebulae. He was a god, a corpse, a child, all at once. His very essence was unspooling, strand by strand, a tapestry of existence being pulled apart by the merciless gravity of his own ambition. The universe held its breath. It decays into dust. The external shockwave is a temporal distortion. Maya's team sees the sun flicker, setting and rising 3 times in a minute. And then, a thought. Not a whisper, but a declaration that echoed in the silent void where his soul used to be. I will be. It was a statement of pure, unadulterated arrogance. A cosmic defiance against the entropy he had unleashed upon himself. From the absolute vacuum, a point of impossible density began to reform. As the new core solidified, it exerted its own gravity, not on matter, but on the very photons filling the pocket realm, bending their paths into a worshipful corona around its dark heart. Cycle 7. The 7th shattering is one of pure brute force will. Kai simply commands it to break. His body convulses, and the crystallized blood tear cracks and falls. The external shockwave is a wave of pure, unfiltered power that shorts out all electronics within 50 miles. On the planet below, the reconstitution sent not a physical shockwave, but a psychic screen that blanketed the globe. For millions, it was a fleeting headache, a moment of unease. But for those with latent psychic potential, it was an awakening. A janitor in a bustling metropolis dropped his mop, his eyes wide, seeing a vision of a black hole devouring a star. A child on a remote farm suddenly began sketching complex astrolabes in the dirt. Intelligent monsters, the apex predators of this new age, paused their hunts, their primal minds reeling with a confusion that bordered on existential dread. Something had changed. The fundamental rules of their reality had been rewritten by an unseen hand. Gasping for air, the vision was seared behind his eyelids. The black, hungry core, the throne of galaxies. He pointed a shaking finger towards the ceiling, towards the sky. He's not in the mountains. He's not hiding in some forgotten ruin. He's in the sky, Jax. He's everywhere. And he's looking down at us. Jax felt a cold dread snake up his spine, a fear more profound than any monster could inspire. He was looking at a man who had just seen God and realized he had tried to kill him. Deep space. A council of bizarre celestial beings, one made of pure geometry, another a living nebula. The signal has amplified. It is no longer a death weep. It is a birth scream. A mortal is attempting the ninefold path of annihilation. Unprecedented. Such power cannot be allowed to rise unchecked. It violates the compact of silences. The origin is designated Sector 7 Gamma 9 Planet 3, a primitive post-emergence world. Send the observers. All 50 galaxies will turn their gaze. If it is a true threat, we will excise it. Kai is a wreck. His body is gaunt, his skin is pale, but his eyes burn with the light of a forged universe. He is surrounded by the bizarre, warped reality his trials have created. Master. Cycle 7 has pushed the realm to its breaking point. The external anomalies are attracting global attention, and something else. Long-range sensors are detecting observers. Not human. They are watching from orbit, from beyond. Good, let them watch. Let them see what a betrayed man can become. Let them witness the birth of a law that will supplant their own. Initiate Cycle 8. Extreme Core Realm Cycle 8 and 9. Initiated. 8 times I had unmade myself. 8 times I had rebuilt from the ashes. But the 8th swing of the hammer is not for the stone. It is for the audience. Kai stands up. He raises a hand, and the core, now a miniature star system of terrifying density, appears in his palm. He doesn't introduce a flaw or a paradox. He simply clenches his fist. The core implodes. The shockwave is not energy, or time, or concept. It is a statement, a wave of pure intent. It washes over the planet in an instant. At the gate, Maya and her team fall to their knees, not in pain, but in awe. The gate doesn't chime. It sings a hymn of perfect, terrible power. In the ruins, Jax and Reed see the sky itself bow, the clouds parting to reveal the stars, all seemingly focused on the mountain. In deep space, the 50 observers recoil. Their sensor arrays overload, their non-physical forms flicker. That was not a tribulation. That was a declaration. He knows we are here. He is hunting us. Back in the realm, Kai stands tall. The reconstituted core within him is no longer a pinpoint. It is a perfect, stable, miniature galaxy, swirling with the light of creation and the darkness of the void. He has one shattering left. I shattered my soul 8 times. I endured the pain. I mastered the void. Now for the final act. Now I will show them what happens when a god is truly born. He turned his immense focus inward, a final command issued to the fabric of his personal reality. Prepare the realm. The final shattering will be total. My own consciousness will be briefly unmade. Contain the fallout. The synthetic voice of the steward replied with a simple, emotionless affirmation. Acknowledged. A profound silence fell over the dimension, the calm before the storm. The stage was set, the universe was watching. And Kai, the man who would be a god, prepared to die one last time. Extreme Core Realm Cycle 9 out of 9. The apex of anti-perfection. An intense silence falls. Kai has become something else. He is surrounded by a permanent, shallow distortion field. The ice garden is now a beautiful, terrifying sculpture of crystallized space-time. He takes one long, final breath. All cycles have been a prelude, a dismantling of the expected. For the final shattering, I will not use force, or paradox, or memory. I will use truth. The truth that to create, one must first be empty. He doesn't command the core. He thanks it. He expresses gratitude for its service, for its density, for its perfect, singular existence. And then, with infinite tenderness, he gives it permission to cease. The core doesn't shatter, it dissolves. It turns to light, to dust, to a sigh. It vanishes completely. For 3 agonizing heartbeats, there is nothing in Kai's Danshin. No foundation, no core, no energy. He is a spiritual vacuum, a zero. This is the most dangerous moment. The temptation to let go, to embrace the peaceful nothing, is overwhelming. Kai voices a whisper from the void. I, a roar that erupts from the depths of his annihilated soul, refuse. From the absolute zero, The first law of his Tao reasserts itself. Creation. Not reassembly, but ex nihilo genesis. A new core blossoms into being. It is not black. It is prismatic. A perfect sphere that cycles through every color in the cosmic spectrum, containing within it the perfected essence of all 9 shatterings. It is no longer a singularity seed. It is an apex genesis core. Its gravity is now a creative force, gently pulling spiritual particles from the void to add to its own mass. The cosmic Tao Codex voice is a thundering, joyful, extreme core realm mastery achieved, core evolved, apex genesis core. Density. 1,000,000x baseline. Spiritual pressure can now manifest physical laws. Breakthrough to nascent soul realm. Imminent and inevitable. Kai stands. The distortion field around him solidifies into a shimmering, full-body aura of shifting colors. The crucible is complete. Now let the universe witness the birth of what was forged within it. He does not initiate the breakthrough. It happens automatically. The apex genesis core, having reached the absolute limit of what a core can be, begins to hatch. A sound like that of the Big Bang, a deep, resonant boom that is also a chord of infinite harmony. Internal. A hairline crack of pure white light appears on the prismatic core. Then another, and another. From within, a tiny glowing hand pushes out. The energy is not released as a wave. It is released as a dimensional standing wave. A single, permanent chime that is also a lighthouse. On the planet, every living being hears it in their soul. It is not painful, it is illuminating. For one clear, perfect moment, every survivor understands a fundamental truth about themselves. Maya understands her purpose is to build, not just survive. Reed understands his guilt. Jox understands his fear. Monsters feel a pang of lost innocence. In the solar system, the solar wind parts. The planet's magnetospheres flutter in resonance. In the galactic arm, the standing wave propagates through subspace at speeds exceeding light. It is a trumpet blast of potential, a signature of a soul achieving a flawless, transcendent state of being. The interstellar and galactic scale. We zoom out, faster and faster. The wave expands through the Milky Way. It passes nebulas, pulsars, black holes. It reaches the galactic core and is amplified by its gravity. It shoots out along the galactic magnetic fields into intergalactic space. As Kai sees a montage of alien worlds. 1. A crystalline hive world. Millions of insectoid beings stop their synchronized work. Their collective mind receives the signal. It translates as nascent God ling. Coordinates. Approximate. Priority. Convergence. Study. Assimilation. 2. A gas giant teeming with energy-based lifeforms. The beings swirl into a frenzy. The signal is pure, dense spiritual energy, a potential feast, a potential threat. They begin charting a course. 3. A dying ancient race living in a Dyson sphere. Their millennia-old instruments, designed to scan for cosmic miracles, blare to life. The signal is a potential solution to their entropy, a new source of infinite energy. A fleet of last resort generation ships is activated. 4. A militant theocracy of warrior ascetics. They interpret the signal as a challenge, a gauntlet thrown by a rival deity. Their crusader armadas dormant for ages power up their war drives. Signature detected. Origin. Milky Way Orion Spur. Sol system. Terra. Nature. Transcendent soul birth. Beneficial aura radius. 50 galaxies. Reaction. Convergence. Back on the mountain. Inside Kai, the core fully cracks open. Sitting within, cradled in its remains, is a miniature, glowing version of Kai, his nascent soul. It opens its eyes, and its gaze holds the wisdom of the 9 shatterings. Kai's physical body smiles, a true, peaceful smile for the first time since his return. The domain steward voice is urgent, cutting through the awe. Master, congratulations and warning. The breakthrough signal has acted as a homing beacon. My long-range sensors, now enhanced by your ascended awareness, detect FTL wake signatures, multiple vectors. Hundreds of them. The closest will arrive in this solar system within 72 hours. They are diverse, and they are all coming here. Kai's nascent soul mirrors his calm smile. He looks up, not at the sky of his realm, but through it, to the stars beyond. I spent cycles breaking myself so nothing could break me. I didn't just want to be safe, I wanted to be desirable. Let them come. Let the scavengers, the zealots, the scholars, and the emperors of 1,000 stars all converge on this little, broken world. He stands, his aura solidifying into a cloak of shimmering starlight. Kai, they think they're answering a call. They're wrong. There are SVPING to a coronation. And they just became the first guests on my new galactic guest list. Kai's serene face, his eyes glowing with the light of his newborn nascent soul. A star map of the Milky Way, with dozens of hostile, curious, and desperate alien icons beginning to move toward a single blinking point. The terrified, awestruck faces of Maya, Jax, and Reed, each feeling the galactic attention turning their way, understanding their world just became the center of a universe-spanning drama. The galactic convergence has begun. Who will reach Earth first? Crystal Hive, energy parasites. Ancient Empire, Crusader fleet. Kai is now a nascent soul. What should his first cosmic technique be? Subscribe. The First Contact War is next.